But I would say I knock doors for hours every day, almost every day of the week. And the thing that I hear a lot about property tax, but the other thing I hear almost nonstop is that constituents are tired and afraid of right-wing extremism in our state. They want a legislature that is focused on improving schools, lowering property taxes, fixing roads and bridges, getting us some affordable housing, and making sure there are good jobs so that their kids and grandkids will want to live here in the future. And these are the things that I focused on. But the supermajority in the legislature is spending far too much time not on those issues, but instead on trying to jail librarians and stripping away reproductive rights and imprisoning the parents of transgender kids. And apparently now they plan to ban pride parades and ban drag shows and ban IVF and ban emergency contraception. I just don't think that's what the people of Idaho want. But it is what we are seeing delivered by our current supermajority legislature. And I've seen this shift away from bread and butter issues to culture war divisiveness, and I've seen it get much worse in recent years, culminating in this year's Idaho Republican Party platform. And I'm going to point out some of the things in this Republican Party platform. Total abortion ban, with no exceptions whatsoever, not for rape, not for incest, not for the life of the mother. No same-sex marriage. In fact, it calls for the defiance of federal law if there is any federal court ruling or any federal law allowing for same-sex marriage. The repeal in its entirety of the Affordable Care Act, ending coverage for pre-existing conditions, ending the ability to remain on your parents' coverage until you're age 26, ending Medicaid expansion, and kicking about 160,000 Idahoans off of health insurance. The takeover of federal public lands and the ending of federal protected status for roadless wilderness areas, prohibiting universities from having diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, vouchers, sending public tax dollars to private religious schools, ending citizens' ability to elect U.S. senators, and ending the federal income tax, which would be a loss of about $4 trillion a year in revenue at the federal level, approximately double the entire defense budget. Our state would be unlivable, not to mention our country, for thousands of Idahoans if these principles were to be enacted. Yet my opponent pledged without reservation that she has read and fully supports this platform. Now, I am not beholden to any party pledge. I've never wavered in my principles, and I think I've been very effective in carrying those principles out in a bipartisan manner in the legislature. But our legislature is currently 82% Republican. We currently see unconstitutional bills passed routinely at great expense to taxpayers because nobody wants to say no to Republican Party bosses who demand their loyalty. Now, if our opponents are successful in bringing that supermajority from 82% to 86%, it's hard to see how that's going to stem the tide of extremism, particularly when my opponent has already pledged to follow this platform in its entirety. If anything, we need more balance, not less. We need more accountability to rein in these policies.